or welcome back. So today, I don't know what to say. I want to be David Bowie, man. That's all I want. So today, I'm gonna fucking be David Bowie, alright? Like, I'm ready to go. I already have the mullet going on. His was more orange, but you know what? Let's fucking do this. And that's all I have to say, so we're just gonna get right into it, alright? Now first, I think an outfit would be a very important part of it. So, I have a million things that would be absolutely perfect. But I have this that I got from Target, like, whenever ago, and it's like this ridiculously sparkly jumpsuit. It has a very wide, flared leg, and I just think this is something that, like, if I walked up to David Bowie wearing this, and he would be like, fuck yeah, man, you know what I mean? So, I'm gonna wear that. And then I'm gonna pair it with, I have these like silverish, goldish looking boots, and they're just like a chunky heel, a pointed toe. I got them on clearance for $3 at Rue 21, but these like scream 70s to me, so I think those go well together. Which isn't gonna matter because you're not really gonna see my outfit. This video's primarily geared towards the makeup, but I'm probably gonna take some pictures and stuff, so yeah. So I'm thinking for a look, it'll be kind of like his Life on Mars makeup, you know what I mean, if you're a Bowie fan. So like that blue eyeshadow and, you know, kind of a candy pink, really light metallic lipstick. I don't know. We're gonna do it. We're gonna have fun with it. I'm gonna get dressed and get started on my hair. I've been using hot rollers. I'm not gonna film that because that's boring. Nobody wants to sit here and watch me put hot rollers in my hair. What are you doing, sir? So yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then I will be back when we're ready to start the makeup, so I will see you in a minute. Okay, so I'm back. I have the scarf on my head just to kind of help hold the rollers in place, because I feel like when I do my makeup, if I'm moving around a lot, you know, they kind of start to fall out a little bit, so that's there. So I added some jewelry. I got this cool star necklace I got from my mom, and then just like the wristband and this choker just to give it more of like a punk influence to it, because we want, like, makeup wise we're going Bowie, but for the rest, I mean, it's still, you know, I'm still doing my own thing, you know. So I think this Moschino Sephora palette would be perfect for this, because this is the palette that Steven roasted me for because it looks like absolute shit, but just the colors in it, you know, we have like these colors through here, and then this in the silver, which I feel like I'll be using. So I'm gonna go with that. So I'm gonna get started by priming my eyelids. I already did my face primer and all that jazz, all the boring shit that you've seen a million times that you don't need to see again. So I'm just gonna use some Wet n Wild here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put up the pictures that I'm going off of. That one that's more of a close-up, you can see a little bit more detail, but of course, all these pictures are old, so it's not like I'm going to get like a step-by-step or anything, but it's definitely enough that I can see some detail and really have something to go off of. Okay, I'm going to start off by just taking a pencil, and I'm going to tight line my upper lash line, because looking at the picture, there's not like a thick line of black liner or anything, so I feel like that's really the way to go. The eyeshadow is going to be the main focus in this look, so I want to make sure I'm not just focusing it on the upper waterline, but really working it into my lashes as well. Okay, so I kind of got some on my lid, but it'll be fine because I'm like, the shadow will cover that right up. That way it just really darkens up the lash line there. So I guess we'll start with the shadow. So I'm gonna look for kind of a smaller, like more pointed kind of brush, so that I can really map out what I'm doing here. So I'm just gonna take this guy, little thingy, and I'm gonna get into this like turquoise bluish shade. I have a blue that would probably match better, but I just really like the finish of this one, and I really just want to stay within this one palette. I don't want to have to go through like 8 palettes. So I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna make sure it comes like, right here, like right where I can feel my brow bone starting, and I'm just gonna kind of pat it in there, because I kind of want a harsher line. Not a lot of blending really going on in this look. You just want it to be a little bit harsher. And then here I'm not going to bring it all the way in the inner corner because we're going to stick another color in there. I'm just going to focus mainly right through here, more outside. And then I'm bring it, extend it more, like past the corner of my eye, because it's going to go out and around and go underneath my eye, but I'm going to do that after my foundation, but I'm just going to get it started out there so I don't have to extend it anymore. We just really want to keep a rounded shape to it as well. Okay, that's as perfect as it'll ever be, so now I'm just going to try to do the other eye here and hope they match. Okay, I think that turned out quite well. I'm very happy with that. I'm happy with the color and the finish. I knew this would be perfect. So now I'm going to look at the close-up one and see a little bit more of the detail that's going in. So what I think is going to happen is I'm actually going to drag this blue a little more like right in here. Leave this open space right here. So I'm going to drag that inward, like going towards my nose. And just really make sure it's dark and prominent there. So now it looks like there's a bit of like a lighter shade in there and maybe something a little deeper. So I'm not going to worry about that too much. What I'm going to do, so I'm going to take a brush that's a little bit better for packing, and I'm going to dip into this shade right here, this like tealish kind of metallic-y thing, and I'm going to put that like right here in this open space in my lid, but not in this inner corner part, just like right there. Kind of put that in the crease area as well. And then I'm going to take this darker shade that's right next to it, this really dark green. Sorry, it's hard for me to hold that one up. And I'm going to put that more on the outside here. Just on the same brush. And then with that, I'm going to go ahead and just take another brush, a dome type brush similar to the one I just used. And I'm going to go back into that teal that we did like the whole eye with, and I'm going to put that more on the outer corner because it darkens it up where it has like that darker greenish color underneath it. So it kind of creates the same shade, just ever so slightly deeper, you know. I hope this translates, because it looks pretty bomb in real life. I'm gonna sweep away some fallout a little bit the best I can. So now I'm gonna take this, this is really hard to hold up, this light blue right here. I'm using another one of these guys. I'm gonna put that more on the inside of the lid, and like right here in this open space we left. And then to complete that, I'm going to take the silver that was right above it, and bitch, this is silver. And I'm going to put that like really in the corner there. And it just really pops. But then still kind of gives like a nice seamless blend of all the colors. This is a really good palette. It was limited edition, but if you ever happen to find it, or if for some reason they just made a lot of them and like you still find it at your local Sephora or online or something, like I would 100% recommend picking it up if you find it anywhere. That pretty much finishes the eyes for the most part. All I really need is mascara. I'm gonna go ahead and curl my lashes. And I'm just gonna heat up the lash curler so that it stays curled. And actually, first looking in the mirror, I feel like I need to bring this side out just a little bit more, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, perfect. So now moving on to mascara. And I have a couple different ones. I have this little sample of the MAC. It's in Extreme Dimension Lash. I don't know. The brush looks like that if you can see it. I don't know. But I actually like this a lot. Like, I like the wand. It really makes the lashes look more natural. Like, it has a nice, it like keeps them separated, you know. It doesn't really clump up or give you any type of spider web thing going on. But in this picture, his lashes do look a little spidery, so we're gonna go over it with a different mascara after this one and just kind of layer them to really get a nice look to the lashes since we're not wearing false ones. Okay, now I'm gonna go back in with my CoverGirl Super Big Sizer. Just lay that right on top. Not going to cake it in too much, just like one good coat. Okay, so before we finish the eyes, do the under eyes, I'm going to go ahead and do my foundation. I'm going to try to make sure eyeshadow residues off my face first, as much as I possibly can. And so far, this has been a pretty quick and easy look. So for the foundation, I'm using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus, and this is my absolute favorite foundation. This is the Nude Ivory. It's more of a neutral tone, but still light enough for pale little me. But I'm mixing it with my True Match just because if I have it, I don't want to waste it. I still want to use it even though it's not the right color. So I've been mixing the two together, and I'm just going to continue to do that until I use up all of the L'Oreal. So it'll still kind of put it on a bit of a warmer side, but that's fine. As long as it's not straight up yellow, it'll be okay. And of course, I'm just going to blend it out with a sponge. And be careful when working around your eye because you don't want to accidentally pick up some of the pigment around your eye and spread it across your face and end up with a blue face, because I've been guilty of that many times. Alright, and though I haven't used setting powder in a while because I really love a dewy luminosity, I got so many compliments on my complexion when I posted on Instagram the other day, and it's because I used Airspun. Now, this is the shit. This is what I used, you know, since I started doing makeup, other than the times I used baby powder. Yeah, that was a thing for a while. But, yeah, Airspun, as far as setting powders do go, is my go-to because, I mean, it really does make you look plastic, and I've been living for it. So I've been using the tiniest bit of product, like what's right in there is probably good. So I've been using that, but before I do that, I'm gonna take a little bit of this. Now this is the, I don't know how to say it, Etude, that brand, you know what I'm talking about. And this is the water tint. It's kind of like Benetint, like that sort of thing. And today I'm not going to be doing an actual contour. I'm going to be contouring with blush because that was a big thing back in the day, and I'm 100% here for it because I think it looks stunning. So we're going to go over it with a powder blush, but first I'm just going to take a little bit of this water tint, kind of stick it right in there where I would normally contour. But I'm just going to do the cheeks just because I do want more of a bold color with the cheeks. So this layered with the powder blush will really do something. So I'm just going to blend it out with a sponge here. And the thing about the water tints is they can be as strong or as soft as you'd like them to be. And then I'm going to put some higher up on my cheekbone too, just for a little more color to my face before we put on the powder. Because it'll poke through ever so slightly and just really make the face more dimensional with it. Because when we put on the powder blush for the contour, it's going to be a lot stronger, but that way it's still going to give you more of a contoured and then blushed look, if that makes sense. As opposed to just you skipped a step and used blush in place of contour, you know what I mean? It looks a lot stronger on camera than it actually is, so don't worry about that, it'll come together. You know to trust me. So now I'm going to dip into the powder and just, I'm tapping the areas I want to set. Really want to get in those laugh lines. Get in them brows. But seriously, the finish with Airspun is just ridiculous. I just spilled coffee everywhere. My dumbass just knocked over my coffee that was sitting in the floor because I have no room up here, so that's fantastic. Okay, we're gonna move on because today is not my day. So the next step would be the blush contour. Now I am using the Estee Lauder, it's just this blush. The color is Fresh Plum. You can tell how old it is, but this color I just think is perfect because it has a cooler tone, and I don't know, it's just this very purpley kind of pinky, I don't know, it's plum, you know. I have this is what my great grandmother used, and she had like some kind of subscription with them, and because she only used like the same products, you know. She didn't use anything that wasn't Estee Lauder. She always used the same like 2 or 3 lipsticks, and so she had it set up, especially when she was older, not going out and buying it, she had it set up to where they mailed it to her. And after we lost her, they were still mailing it for a good while. So when I moved in a couple years later after she passed away, I still got a lot of the stuff. So this is definitely old and probably technically expired. Things like this, I'm not that worried about it. This, eyeshadow, powders, things like that, I'm not too worried. Now, mascara, yeah, throw that shit away. You get what I mean? That's probably wrong, but whatever. So, yeah, so I have a bunch of this kind of stuff just because of her, but this is all time one of my favorite blushes. I hope they still make it, because I would 100% still purchase it because I love it. But yeah, so I have a couple of these lying around because of that. But I'm just going to take this Sephora contour brush and I'm just going to really dig in there because, again, this blush is probably like 4 years old by now. But I'm just really going to like kind of pack it on. I'm going to get it deep in there. Like, this is the one time where you don't want to be scared of the blush. And again, it does really look a lot more vibrant on the camera, which is nice because sometimes I feel like the camera will wash things out. So in person, it's definitely prominent, but it's not what you're seeing here. I promise you that. But even if it was, I mean, that's really what we're going for. Gonna make sure it's really deep and vibrant. And then I'm gonna carry it onto my temples here. Get it kind of in my hairline there. And then ever so slightly on my forehead. Kind of up here a little bit. Just really add some color to your face. And then we're gonna stick it some on the jawline. A bit less prominent. Just enough to really add some color and structure to the face. And you can totally use blush as contour on a regular basis. Obviously you probably wouldn't go quite so heavy-handed with it, but just if it's a day where you're just trying to do something easy and like summery, blush as a contour is a thing that people still do. And it just adds like a nice rosiness to your face. Doesn't quite give you as much of a sun-kissed look, but just like a little bit of something. Especially people that are paler, I would really recommend it to. Just because you have a lot more options and you can really work with your skin tone. Whereas a lot of contours tend to be too harsh and dark for people that have lighter skin. So something to think about. Okay, so I'm just going to take this flat top e.l.f. brush and just blend this out a little bit. Make it a bit more seamless. Work the product around a little bit. See how nice it looks around that jawline up here? I'm telling you, it's good shit. And of course, I'm still going to contour the nose as I always would, but again with the blush. So I'm taking this little flat brush here. We're going to be a lot harsher on the nose, as I generally am. Really working it up here into this brow bone. Okay, and I'm gonna blend that out ever so slightly, but not a whole lot. We still want it to be fairly harsh. I just want a good amount of color and structure there. Okay, so we are almost done here. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the under eye. So I'm gonna take that first blue that we did through here. Just drag that down under here. And just make sure it connects in a nice rounded shape to the top lid of the eyeshadow. And again, we're not going to super duper blend that out. That's going to be a bit more with the harsh lines here. Okay, and then as we move inward, I'm going to pick up that really light blue that we did through here and add that in. And then finally ending with the silver. And just try to clean it up a little bit with the Beauty Blender, but I really think that's fine. That's what we got. Now I'm just going to take that pencil liner and tight line my waterline here. And just really not dragging it in my lashes at all. You want to stay in the waterline because that's the look here. But you can take it on the outside corner and smudge it out into your lashes ever so slightly, just for more of a prominence out there. Okay, and then some mascara to finish off those bottom lashes. I'm going to use the MAC one since it keeps the lashes a lot more separated and a little bit more straight and feathered, because there's really not a super big focus on the bottom lashes. Okay, all we really need is lipstick and highlight, so I'm going to pull out this little cheap highlight palette that, again, you should totally go buy. I will link it in the description. It's freaking amazing, 10 out of 10. So I think I'm just going to stick with the white one that's in the top corner. And of course, highlighter wasn't like a huge thing really, but I can't live without it, so we're just really gonna use that to enhance the glamness of it all, you know? And some on the chin. Okay, for lipstick, very pink. I think I have a perfect pink here. Okay, this is Estee Lauder, one of the ones I was still getting in the mail a while ago. This is the Pure Color Long Lasting Lipstick, and it also doubles as rouge, which I think is pretty freaking cool. I'm gonna have to try that. I mean, you can always use lipstick as rouge or blush or whatever, but just the fact that it was intended for that just gives this product a super vintage feel, which I really love. This is the shade Candy Pink, which I feel like is a pretty damn good match. And as far as the finish goes, it has like a nice metallic finish to it. I'm not gonna overline my lips anything crazy. I'm just really gonna follow my lip line here. But I do like rounding out the shape of my lips at the top here, like just going across the Cupid's bow instead of like actually following it there. Kind of gives more of a doll-like appearance, I feel like. And I think that's pretty damn awesome, but if I want to add a little bit extra pizzazz, I love layering that lipstick with this, and this is just a Wet n Wild gloss. This is the shade Sinless, and of course these are like $2 or whatever they are. I probably wouldn't use it by itself, but it's definitely great for layering, and it just adds that little extra something to it. Okay, so that's the makeup. Finish off here with some setting spray, again just using Morphe. Alright, so I'm going to take my hair down and I will come back with the final look. Alright everyone, here's the look. I am ready to rock and roll. I added some hoop earrings just for a little bit more of a statement, but I'm like, overall, if I try to sit back, I'm definitely getting Bowie vibes. I don't know about you. I took the flat iron to style the top part of my hair and just kind of took small pieces, tried to stand up the back a little more, tried to take now obviously the bangs are trained to go that way, but tried to feather it out just a little bit more towards the out, give myself a little bit of a part, just for more of a vintage vibe. If you would like a video on this, like ways I like to style my hair just to give it more of a vintage feel, because that's what I've really been into lately, I'm totally down for that. Just holla at your girl. And yeah, I had a lot of fun. I can't wait to do laundry looking like this. That's pretty much the rest of my day, other than editing this video to try to have it up in time. But yeah, hopefully this video gave you a little bit of inspiration. Try something fun with your makeup, because these are my favorite kinds of looks to do, really. I've been doing a lot of stuff like this over the past couple weeks, really, and I've just been having a ton of fun with it. I just realized my earring fell. My earring fell out. I couldn't figure out what fell, and I'm like, oh, it's my earring. Okay, well, I'm lame. I'm gonna go. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. If not, leave a shitty comment and make me cry. If for some reason this is the first video you stumbled upon and you've never seen me before in your life and you're that blessed in that aspect, you can subscribe if you want. I can't tell you what to do. I'm not your dad. I love you guys. Have fun. Be safe. Look both ways before you cross the street, and I will see you next Monday. Bye.